I just wanted to do a brief walkthrough of our financial review feature. So right here, you'll see a list of all of the companies that I've added to my dashboard. And we're going to scroll down to one of our test accounts. Make sure that we are connected to QuickBooks. We'll go to our financial review feature and enter the date range that we want to review. Next, we'll have to choose our entity type, and for this business, it is a C corporation. And here are the list of the different review features, which I will review later. We can go over here, get some details of the aspects that we're reviewing and why they're important. Choose the cash or accrual basis that we want to review, and make sure that our uncategorized transaction accounts, these are like our clearing accounts where we don't want to have transactions sitting when we close the books are, we just define those there. Next, we click Start. And during this process, it's making sure that it's connecting to your QuickBooks account, and it's going to grab some financial data so it can do its analysis, which will take about a minute. And after that, we can see that this account is not reconciled well, which is intentional. So we can go through some of the actionable items that we get on this sheet. So right here, we're trying to review through the end of December of 2022. We can see that the American Express was flagged as failing because it was only rec through part of the year. And there are still 4 uncleared transactions that don't match on the bank statement even through this period. Chase account, this was never reconciled, so obviously we need to go through and do that. And then we can look through one of these transactions that did pass. We can see that, great, this demo checking account has been reconciled through 2023, so that is fine, and it's showing that our ending balance at the end of 2022 was 0, so that is good there. So basically we just need to fix these reconciliations to get a pass. Next, we are going to look at our undeposited funds. This balance is 0. I'm confident that that's accurate. And then we go to our depreciation and amortization review. For here, if you have depreciation expense, you always need to have that to equal your accumulated depreciation during the same period. Since these numbers aren't equal and opposite, that is flagged as an issue. But our amortization expense right here during the period is $3,000. And that matches the accumulated amortization on the balance sheet. So we get a pass on here. And if you wanted some more details, you can always click here to get a reminder of the rule. And if you want to see the transactions that are listed, you just click your details section and that pops up right there. The same thing happens if you want to view any of your unclear transactions to be like, oh, what doesn't match our reconciliation? Just click details. You can see right here, there's one. For this one, there's 326 transactions. So that's going to be a much longer list. As we proceed down the page, we're looking at our equity review, and we can see that this is getting flagged because we are using an incorrect equity account for a C corporation. In this case, it is saying that we're using owner's draw and owner's draw or owner's equity. Neither of them are applicable equity accounts for C Corp, so we need to review those transactions that are within there. Another account that you really do not want to use is open balance equity. If there is money spent or taken out of a business for a C Corp, it should be not using this generic account. It should be looked at and reviewed and more likely be a liability account or an asset account. And then lastly, we can see that our uncategorized transactions, we don't want to close that. we have 72 transactions that we need to define and put into their proper GL account. So once we fixed all of those issues, or even right now, if we wanted to send this report to a team member and tell them that, hey, we want to look this, we can do great. Send the report, choose the team member that we have, or we can just enter a separate recipient's email address and they will get a copy of this in a PDF form. When we are done, we can either choose to save it for later if we want to review it with a teammate, or finish and save. And you will have a list of your results here. So as we proceed with our build out, we'd love to have any feedback from our users, because we are looking to actively, improve on our product, and we can only do that well if we have feedback from our users. So hopefully this was helpful.